Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this week's episode of Mocktail Minutes. This is Baylee.
And this is Brianna.
And this week, we're doing something a little bit different. We have a guest, one of my friends. Aubrey, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi.
This is Aubrey. So we are actually neighbors. And we forgot to tell Brianna, she's my new rucking partner.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Remember how we were talking about like the weighted vests and everything?
Yeah, I was going to say we just got weighted vests.
Yeah.
You guys are like the cool people in the neighborhood.
There was two people walking the other day and they had weighted vests on.
They're copying.
Yeah.
Oh, we're already influencing the neighborhood.
You're like, I'm sorry, this is an exclusive club. Did you
ask to rub
Yeah.
it?
There's designated times and
Yes.
you could be doing this.
We actually we're getting really fast. So we do between like what is it, like a mile? We do between a mile to 2 miles. It depends on the night.
Yeah.
We're getting pretty fast.
Yeah, we are. Even with the weighted vests, like
we got faster.
Yeah.
I like it. I have mine. I'm staring. It's right here.
There you go.
I did go on a walk tonight and I did not take it, but I need to.
Oh,
I did it the other day when I was walking, like on my walking pad and like working, and I was like, this is a bit much, but I like it.
There you go. Let's get it all done.
All the things. Micro multitasking. See?
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What are you drinking this week?
I have a Waterloo. I actually just realized that this might not be like, does everywhere have Waterloo? Like the sparkling waters?
Yeah, I have seen that.
Okay. Well, I'm doing a watermelon one. They're my favorite.
I do not like those.
Where was I?
I know.
Oh,
I know.
Someone just like one of my friends was like, you want one of your Waterloos? And I was like, what is that? And they're like, it's like a sparkling water or something. I was like, oh,
We love them here. Yeah, mine is. I like it, watermelon, but not everybody likes watermelon. We know this.
Yeah.
I like watermelon. Just watermelon flavored to me reminds me of like
it reminds me of the
high
gum.
school. No, it reminds me of the Four Locos.
Yeah, that is a bad.
And so I literally like TJ, my fiance, had a watermelon energy drink, and I tried it, and I was like, nope, that tastes like Four Loco.
Four Loco, man, that brings back memories.
Not good ones.
I would actually die if I tried to drink one today. I would absolutely die. I wouldn't wake up.
So we are drinking raspberry lemonade electrolytes.
It's the Just Ingredients ones.
Yes.
I need to get on that train again.
I did try the grape one.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't love it. Josh is like, well, this tastes like grape medicine. Like,
which that's good to me though. I feel like I would still
I should have gave you the grape then.
Yeah, I do like grape. But I also do like this. So
yeah.
It's not like a strong flavor, like not like a strong lemon flavor, because I was telling her how I don't really like the fake lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't taste like that.
Yeah. Well, so Just Ingredients, they use all like real ingredients for all their products. Like raspberry stuff, they use like freeze-dried raspberries.
Oh, fancy.
Oh, yeah. So like when you look at the ingredients, like it'll say raspberries, like lemon and everything.
Okay.
Oh yeah. That's why I love it.
They're whole food ingredients.
Oh good.
They're good though. I like them.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I guess we should get into the episode. This week we're having Aubrey ask us questions. We're going to answer them and then maybe do some like hot seat coaching because she has a very busy life. She has twins that are 2.
Okay, yeah.
All over the place.
Boy, girl twins.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the boy's very crazy and the girl's very sassy. So
I love it. And 2 is a fun age and a busy age.
Yes, it is actually really fun. They're about to be 3 in July. So
yeah.
Big. So sad.
I know.
Too fast. Well, it's weird because like Gannon's known you guys his whole life.
I know. Baylee, I didn't even literally when we moved in, I knew she had 3-month-old baby at the time, or
August he would have been about a month old, but we didn't really start talking. He was like 3 months old. I felt like when we all started hanging out
3
more.
months old, and she couldn't even tell that she just had a baby, and so I kept forgetting. I was like, you want to go on a run? She's like, no.
I'll wet myself.
Yeah.
It's like, I will pee my pants, but I will walk with you.
Oh, yes. So let's go into your questions.
Okay. Can I?
Yeah, you can use your phone.
I wrote them down.
Yes.
Okay, so what would be I want to hear from both of you. What would be your guys' perfect day? Like if you could tell anyone meal wise. So like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And
Mhm.
like each like category, like what macros, I guess is what
Yeah,
you would
we do
say,
some
like
macros. Mhm.
protein, carb, and
Like the
fat
perfect,
and stuff. Like, yeah.
okay, like the perfect setup of like health wise, what we would aim
Yes.
for.
Yes.
Okay. So I would say for me, each meal, I do 30 grams of protein at breakfast, 40 grams at lunch, 10 grams snack, 40 grams at dinner.
Okay. And then like, okay.
So that's my protein. So then like food wise, that would look like it's like
Yes,
breakfast. Recently, so I usually do smoothies, but I've changed it up recently to where I've been doing like 3 eggs and a chicken sausage link. So 3 eggs is about 21 grams of protein. Chicken sausage link is 14 grams of protein.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So gets me my protein in.
Yeah.
And then I saute up some vegetables,
I was gonna
whether
say,
it's
do
like
you eat a carb
Mhm.
with it or
yes. So I will either do just like some spinach or I do some bell peppers. So not really a carb there, but then I will do like an apple or some type of berry with it.
okay.
So I don't do like a starchy carb at that meal.
Okay.
Usually I do 2 starchy carbs per day.
Okay. See,
So
that was one of
then-
my questions.
Yes. So, and that's, I would say starchy carbs varies the most between people, where it kind of depends on like, what are your goals, your activity level, male or female.
Mm,
I would say those are main things and just like
Yeah.
how you feel with it.
yeah.
So I do 2 starchy carbs a day, about 30 grams at each serving.
Okay.
So then like lunch, it could be, I'm a really big egg person. I know you're not an egg person, but
I have been, so she told me I've been having 2 eggs.
Okay.
yes. So like often I do, like we do an unstuffed pepper, like meal prep.
Yes.
So
I do like that.
ground beef
Pepper.
and then bell peppers, onions, zucchinis all in it. And then I'll mix in like quinoa with it. So that'd be lunch.
Okay.
Dinner, it could be like a chicken with roasted potatoes and then like zucchini and roasted carrots.
Okay. So like if you were to go to the grocery store and you're
Mhm.
like, I know I'm about to be super busy for lunch the next 2 days, what could you buy without having to like actually sit there and cook something? What would you like go
Sandwich.
to? A sandwich.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's hear more about that. What would you
Well, I could do that. I could do a sandwich.
So I do whole grain bread. And
Okay.
honestly, so some dietitians may not agree with this, but I just buy like the great value bread.
Yeah.
Probably not like the best quality, but I do whole grain because then
Okay.
you're getting some fiber there. And I honestly, I just don't eat a lot of bread.
Yeah.
I'm just not a big bread person. So it's only on occasion.
Okay.
And then I just do turkey deli meat. I don't do cheese because I will quite literally die.
Oh yeah.
And then, but you can do cheese.
I was gonna say, would that be good or
yeah,
not?
you could do
Okay.
cheese. That would give
Okay.
you some good fat and a little bit of protein.
Okay.
Mhm.
But then I do mayo on it. I don't really put veggies on my sandwich, but then I do like a raw veggie. So that could be carrots or bell pepper. And then like dip it in, like I use hummus.
Yeah.
You'd be like,
Mhm.
you could use ranch.
Yeah, I don't like.
That is weird.
I like Caesar, but I
You
don't
could-
think
I
I would
mean, you
like
could do
dip
that.
it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or
I
Like,
hate being picky. It's really hard to being a picky person and trying to be healthy. I'm not kidding you. And it's not like I like all my fruits and really all my vegetables, except I don't really like raw
I know
vegetables.
that's my problem. So
I like
have to have a
cooked
dip with raw.
vegetables.
So if you like cooked vegetables, I will do like I chop up a bunch of vegetables, or I just take like a couple different ones, like pre-sliced mushrooms, cherry tomatoes, and like the cabbage
Like-
slaw mix.
yeah.
Put it all into a pot, and I mix it with some olive oil,
Mm.
and then like salt, pepper, garlic, onion. Saute that all up, and it makes enough for like 4 veggie servings.
Mm.
So then it is prep, but then it's done for the week.
Yeah.
So I'll also do that. But you like Chick-fil-A sauce, don't you?
Yes.
So I have a new recipe book. So the company, the Roasted Purpose that we do the protein coffee through,
Mhm.
she just made a recipe book, and she called it like a fit filet sauce.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah. I would
We'll
like
have
to
to
try
meal prep
it.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, we've also been meal prep. Well,
Yes.
yeah, snack prepping, meal prepping.
Snack/meal prepping.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm a big like put it in
Yeah.
a bowl
Okay,
person.
what would you do? Because I also
Like first of all, do you like chicken salad?
I like just like what is that?
Like if you did like a rotisserie chicken, pulled it apart, mixed
Oh,
it up
yeah.
with stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
That's like my go-to. Chicken salad or tuna salad. You can put a bunch of stuff in it. You can make it really high protein, and then you can have it with like some crackers. You can put it on bread if you like sandwiches.
I had that like 3 times last week because it's like something easy. Like I'll
Yeah.
get like a Caesar salad kit. I don't know
Mhm.
if that's healthy or not. I'll do that, and then I'll like make grilled chicken and then cut it up and put
yeah.
it in there.
Yeah.
You could do like the chicken salad though, like like tuna salad.
Yeah.
Do you like chicken
No.
salad?
I don't know. Like,
So,
is it like the tuna salad? Like,
Yeah,
I don't
similar
think
to
I
that.
like stuff.
You can make it like, don't do canned chicken then, because then it would be like that. You can just get like shredded chicken, mix it with stuff like a buffalo sauce. You can make like a buffalo one. You can make all kinds of different ones.
Yeah, I would definitely would rather do like the.
You could do it in like with like crackers, or you could do the siete wraps, or even like the high fiber wraps if you want to make like a little wrap type thing.
That is Sam's.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Grocery shop.
That or like a snack plate. I'm like a big snack plate person. Like pull a
Yeah.
bunch of random stuff out, put it on a plate.
Like the girl dinners or girl.
Yeah, girl dinner, like girl lunch is my jam. If I am making like a girl lunch, I legit trick my brain and be like, oh, I'm not cooking. This is so easy.
Okay, so yeah, what would be your girl lunch?
So I would do like cottage cheese. I don't know if you like cottage cheese. Probably not if you're picky, but you could do yogurt, but some sort of protein.
That's not like yogurt either.
Okay. Do you like sliced turkey?
I like unhealthy yogurt, but not Greek yogurt.
You could do like some sliced turkey or sliced ham.
I
You could
like-
like some pickles,
Okay, yes, I like
a
pickles.
veggie like cucumber or carrot or something, apple and peanut butter, some nuts, like
And celery. I love celery and
Oh, there
peanut
you go.
butter.
celery, like any fruit or vegetable that you like, put it on there. Put some sort of protein on there, put a fat on there so you could like get fancy and put some olives, or you could just do some nut butter.
What else is like fat? So like peanut butter and avocado.
Mhm.
I
Olives
love
are fat.
avocado. Like I love avocado.
Perfect. And avocado has good fiber in it too. So, I feel like sometimes it, two birds, one stone, you kind of get your fiber and your fat.
True.
Yeah. Do you like olives?
Yes. Well,
So those
what
are
kind
good.
of olives? Because I
Any.
like black olives.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So those are good with some fat too.
Okay. I do. I wouldn't
But yeah,
even know
or just
that.
like peanuts, cashews.
Yeah, I could eat those.
walnuts,
I need to like
pecans.
make like a nut mix probably.
Oh yeah.
Something like
That
that.
could-
Snack. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So we do our meal prep together, and we also grocery shop together on occasion.
This is good. You have like a
It's
dietitian.
nice going
pocket.
grocery shopping with her. I'm like, I literally like just like stuff like freezer meals and stuff. I'm like, what is healthy that is fast that I
Yes.
can make that's not horrible for me?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so hard.
You could also just do like meal prep, like meal prep delivery, like factor meals.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I tried that, but I'm so picky.
But I was gonna say, if you're picky, it's iffy, Yeah.
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 Yeah, I would say
Mm.
overall that would be like my ideal day. Really focusing on, I'd say I have to focus more on the protein and the fiber.
Yeah.
Especially, I feel like I can fall behind on the fiber easy because I don't like raw vegetables either.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So it's really making sure I have those prepared or having a dip to eat them.
Well, it's
Yeah.
really different since I've been talking to Baylee because I used to always not necessarily calories, it was my carbs because I was on keto for a while.
Yeah,
I did keto.
she's a recovering keto addict.
Yeah.
Be hard. That could be hard.
And so I was always like carbs. And then my sister was talking to me about calorie deficit. So then I started doing that for a little bit. And it's just so hard counting everything and like stressing about it. And so then I started talking to Baylee and she was like helping me.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's much more strategic ways to do it, especially if you're busy and like life happens. You're not gonna be able to do that all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, you did say like after, what was it, 2 weeks? You're like, isn't it just eating whole foods?
Yeah.
And you felt a lot better doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're all okay.
It's really true. I'm like, oh, okay, wow, this isn't as hard as I
Like, okay, I think that's like my favorite when people are like, I feel like I'm not doing too much, but I feel good. Like,
Yes.
that's
Okay. Well, I think
Okay.
I have, hold on, let me
Yes.
see.
Next
My
question.
questions aren't that good, I don't feel like.
Did we answer your question?
Yeah, you
Okay.
guys did. I feel like
perfect.
you guys did. Okay. Oh, I have always been overwhelmed when I walk into a store and I hear all this talk about, I don't know if this is what you guys know about, but vitamins and stuff like that. I never know what are the best vitamins. What should I be taking? I don't take
Yeah.
any vitamins.
Okay.
So I really do need to know what the best, like what, I don't know. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Your fruits and vegetables.
That's your
Like
best answer.
vitamins?
Yeah, you get vitamins and minerals from fruits and vegetables.
Oh,
Yeah.
So it's helpful that you're not doing keto because then you just naturally increase them. But I don't know, with fruits and vegetables, with vitamins, I'm always like a test, don't guess. Like if you know you need a vitamin D or a vitamin B or like
yeah.
cool.
Like,
But for the most part,
So lab work.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like things like vitamin D, I would do lab work for. But
Yeah.
we also do, there's this another test. It's called HTMA testing. Stands for hair tissue mineral analysis. Basically, you cut out parts of your hair. It sounds scary, but you can't tell. I've done it 3
you have
times.
enough hair. You're good. I'm like bald and I did it.
Okay.
But you cut out parts of your hair, you send it to the lab, and it gives you kind of a idea of your mineral status over 3 months. And
Ah.
so it'll tell us like, oh, you are excreting a lot of sodium. Do we need to replenish that?
I do need to do this because I need to know.
Yeah.
Like I literally don't
That's
know.
what,
at all.
honestly, that's the best thing to do with supplements because, and do we have a supplement episode? I can't
I
remember.
don't think so. I was literally just thinking about that. I don't think we do.
Talked about it,
We
but
talked about like specific
yeah,
ones.
I would say in general, most people need an omega-3 and a vitamin D and probably magnesium. Especially we live in Missouri, so we're
Mhm.
pretty deficient in vitamin D.
I mean, I live in Texas and I'm deficient in vitamin D. So I feel like everyone does. But yeah, those 3 are the biggies. I feel like you could probably supplement with them and be fine.
Yeah. Magnesium is a little bit tricky because it can interact with some things, but most people are deficient in magnesium. So when you are in a stress state, your body depletes magnesium really quickly. You run through magnesium really easily. Also, our soil is depleted in magnesium. So it's like 2 whammies coming at you. But yeah, that one I am seeing most people do need. And
Magnesium.
yeah.
Like
so that's
as
a
But
good
I
one.
wouldn't like, in terms of just walking down the vitamin aisle, not that there's not good store
There's
brand
so
ones.
many.
Yes.
I'm like
Yeah.
other day.
Yeah.
I need to go do research first.
And well, maybe we should do one on this because I think this is like a common question, but there's like certain labeling you want to look for, and then you want to make sure it's like a targeted one. Most of them that just have like a bunch of it in there, you could take it as like a little safety net if you wanted to, but most people don't need to. So then they're expensive. Not all supplements are what they say they are because they're not regulated. So they could say anything they want on the bottle and it doesn't have to be true, which is like, okay, if they're $40, I want to make sure I'm actually getting $40 worth.
Magnesium is definitely one where I see a lot of people like they'll grab like the magnesium oxide. So
Yeah.
magnesium oxide is not really well absorbed in your body, so it's not really doing anything, but it's
Mhm.
usually the cheapest one. And so
Yeah.
that's why everyone will grab it, and then it's like,
Not really doing what you thought it was. So like, yeah, with supplements, I'd rather do a really targeted one, good quality. I know it's doing what it's supposed to be doing because half the time.
And you're just wasting money
Mhm.
otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'd say definitely look at your whole foods first because that's where all your fruit, all your like vitamins, minerals, stuff are going to be. And then use what you need to like supplement.
yeah, I would
That
say
actually makes
that's what I always do. Yeah, look at the food first, really focus on that before investing it. I take the Nutrafol still.
I do like Nutrafol.
I have like a multivitamin for
Okay.
postpartum, so I do take that one.
It's like the hair one.
Some people
And
still
yeah, for
say to
hair.
like just always take your prenatals.
Yeah, you can.
And so I even like I still have some. So I was like thinking the other day, I was like, should I?
Yeah, I took them before I got
Mhm.
pregnant.
Yeah. And then like it's just good to take all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
Like
I
I
know
keep
you
a lot
say,
of
like,
things and then I don't know.
Well, I would say, especially if you're ever thinking about having another child, it's good just to make sure you're like where you need to be. It's not going to hurt you. Same with like if you're still breastfeeding,
Yeah.
it's better to do it than to not, but it's not
You have to.
like I wouldn't stress about it either, you know? But if
Yeah.
you have it, you might as well.
weird about doing it. So when I was taking my prenatals while I was pregnant, I started like just like super fatigued, so tired, like I
Oh,
couldn't
wow.
focus. So I asked them to check my vitamin D, and my vitamin D was actually way too high, which was super weird
'cause
because
you were-
usually it should be like getting depleted, especially
Yeah.
when you're pregnant.
Yeah.
Mine was way too high, so I had to stop my prenatal
Oh.
because it was making my vitamin
Yeah.
D skyrocket.
Too high. Wow.
Yeah, that's where the testing comes in. So if you feel weird when you're doing it and you don't feel better, especially,
Just test.
Okay, so I guess my next question would be like, at the grocery store, do you guys just like only try and do like whole foods, like fruits, vegetables, meats, like no like frozen meals or anything like that?
I would say for the most part, I do. Like, I focus on what protein do we need to buy. Like, honestly, I plan the dinners out. And I think that helps the most because then I know here's what protein I need to buy. Here's the fruits, the vegetables, my carbs. And usually what we do for dinner, I use for leftovers. So it makes it kind of
Yeah,
easy.
that's what
Or
I would
we
do.
meal plan at least, we'll meal prep one thing. So we have one thing to use for at least a couple days
Yeah.
and then use that in a combination with the leftovers. And then I usually do like the same breakfast. So I don't really need to plan that out. I kind of just know what items to keep on hand for like smoothies and everything.
Mhm.
So I would say mainly I spend a lot of time in the produce section,
Yeah.
protein, and then I mean I get like pasta, like the chickpea pastas.
Oh yeah, that is a question.
Mhm.
So what would you add to pasta to make it healthier?
So like you could use that like even just making spaghetti. Like do chickpea pasta, your marinara sauce, your ground beef. And I would say with pasta that's not your full entree. It's kind of like just kind of treat it as a side.
Okay.
Add veggies to it.
Okay.
That's what is going to help.
Protein and
Like the other
veggies.
day, like I really wanted pasta. I'm like, what do I eat with it that would make it like a
Yeah.
good meal?
Yeah.
Turkey veggies.
Okay.
Yeah, veggies and protein, which is why I do like the chickpea or lentil because you're adding protein and fiber to it. So it's kind of lowering your
Yeah.
carbs a bit, adding some nutrients, and then you can do like, I mean, do you have Costco? Do you go to Costco?
Sam's is my favorite.
Okay, I was gonna say like there's some decent like like meatball, like the Amy Lou meatballs and stuff like that are great because you can like throw that in. You're having like some protein, some
Yeah, I will say
fiber.
that we talked about this a few weeks ago, but like turkey meatballs, I've been keeping those like frozen ones on hand. I use those for snacks. I always keep some type of frozen veggie on hand. We always have frozen fruit. I honestly don't buy like a ton of snack items.
I was gonna say because like Sam's, they like, I don't know about Costco. Oh, I think I've seen on TikTok Costco does too. Like they advertise a lot of like good, healthy
Mhm.
snacks. And but then you look at it and there's like a lot of ingredients. So I
Yeah.
don't know.
I'll do like I like the chopsticks. Like those are something I will get. Or like there's a couple other like beef jerky type things that Costco has, like they kind of rotate. Like I'll do that. I might do some of the siete things if I'm like needing a snack. I usually just get like a good quality like protein bar or snack bar because my kids like snack bars. And so trying to find like good quality ones. But it's all about like the majority of your shopping should be fresh foods or foods that are fresh but can stay more shelf stable longer. So like your frozen vegetables, your frozen fruit, canned beans, like, you know, they're all like whole foods. And then your snack foods are minimal. And then I think we have done an episode on like if you're like food labels, like what to look for and like is your ingredient list things that you know what they are, right? Like what like an RX bar, I think is the one that I use a lot. Like RX bars are like fig, egg white, this, like salt. Like there's like 5 things. Like, okay, I know all those. Like that's probably a good bar. Whereas like other ones are like this long. And I'm like, I don't, it's mostly like sugar or other things. Okay, I'm probably not gonna get that because it's not really that nutrient rich, you know?
Bar or yeah, be like like just your snack. Just one of them would just
I
be
would
like
say
a snack for you.
I haven't really seen any that are like enough for a full meal because even like the low hot bars, they're kind of the high, they're around 200 calories, I think.
Yeah. I think the perfect bars are the ones that are the closest to maybe meal because they're closer to like almost 300. They do have protein, fat, fiber, some carb, but even then like you got to think about like, okay, what should my meals look like? I would say that's like worst case scenario. You're in a pinch, you can grab that and maybe like one like something else on your way out and you can get away with it, but it shouldn't be like an all the time thing because your meals should be
Well, yeah, like we don't
more than 400 calories, which I think
That's that is another thing. Like how many calories would be like okay, like because if we're just focusing on like the protein and stuff, like I don't want to like overdo the calories without even knowing. I don't know. And it's hard when I don't count everything. So like,
Yeah.
should I be counting everything? That was another question. Is
honestly,
the best way to keep
Yeah.
track of what I'm eating?
so it all kind of falls in line, I would say, a lot when you're doing the protein, the fat, and fiber every time you eat. Especially when you get enough protein, it's going to be hard to overeat because it's the most fulfilling macronutrient. So when you do protein, if you're getting at least 30 grams in there, you have some sort of fat. Most adult women, I don't know, 20 grams of fat per meal.
Yeah, because I like to say, like, I don't think any female should be eating less than 60 grams for like your hormones, which if you've ever counted macros, there's people literally passing out right now. Because most women are like, I'm at 40 grams today. I'm like, how effing hungry are you?
So you need I would say women need at least 60 grams of fat per day.
I would say that's a good. And then some women need more. And that's the thing with like, okay, if I'm focusing on protein, it is very satiating. So it kind of keeps all my portions of everything decent. Like, especially when you're trying to also make sure I'm having fiber, like I'm having like some sort of fruit, vegetable, like I'm having whole foods. It's people realize like, oh, I'm actually probably not overeating. If anything, they start to realize, oh, my meals are still like not that calorically heavy. Now, if you're eating a lot of like fat at your meals, or you only like a lot of like fatty meats, okay, you could probably go over on the calories just because you're eating a lot more fat. But even still, most of the people we work with, and I don't, Baylee, maybe this is, I think it's for you too, but I feel like when I do someone's calories and I'm like, hey, let me see what it would be at maintenance, most people are not hitting that because women are still eating like 300 calorie meals. I'm like, well, if you eat 300 calories 3 times a day, that's 900 calories. Like if you were to think like, okay, a 500 calorie meal is like an actually really normal amount of food and also having a snack along with it, most people don't realize like, oh, how much food is that? Like that's kind of a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
say, because we don't really focus on calories, but I think it does help to always just kind of know a guideline, bare minimum 400 calories.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause then you're only getting 1,200 a day. And like that's what your 2-year-olds need.
Yeah. That's like,
that was my calorie deficit.
Yeah. So you and your 2-year-olds are having meltdowns together. Like I'm losing my mind. So are you? Like, yeah. Which is wild. That's every female's calorie deficit. I am telling you right now, it's a conspiracy theory. Well, you put it in and it's like 1,200.
Calorie deficit. Yeah. I don't know about everyone else, but like how I was taught, like how they showed me how to do it. They didn't like, I was still going to get fast food, but just still trying to stay under
calories,
400 calories.
Which is what we try to do because we're like, I want to cheat the system because you're hungry and you're like, okay, I'm thinking about food all the time. I really want freaking Chick-fil-A. How can I do this? You know?
That's literally like, but I'm like, now I'm trying to do like Whole Foods and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's healthier. And I feel like you feel better. I don't know.
And then you're also full.
Yeah. You stay full way longer.
So nice. Like what a concept, which is, and I tell people all the time, the worst way to lose weight is by constantly feeling hungry. Like that's literal torture.
Yeah. It's true.
And it's not
sustainable. That's how I felt on keto.
Yeah.
I felt really sad. Most of the time people are like, okay, fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Because you do feel satiated sometimes because it's higher fat. And so it's like, okay, I can have these like really tasty foods and feeling it's just fat. That's why. If you were to cut back on the fat, you would have been like, I'm going to eat the counter.
Oh no. Yeah. I know exactly what you're saying. Like it did make me like not crave as much like sugar and stuff like that, but I still always felt hungry and I just always dreaded mealtime because that meant I had to like literally try and find anything and everything had carbs in it and it was just hard. Yeah. So I like this a lot better.
And I would say really adults, probably a majority of people, unless you're like really petite, need at least 600 calories, especially if you're being more active, 600 calories more per meal.
What is active, guys, do you think?
I would say at least 30 minutes of movement a day.
Okay.
Like planned movement.
Yeah.
Not that like,
exercise.
like not that you have to go like strength train, but even just like a walk.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I'm doing a walk. Like if you're someone that like tracks your steps, like consistently getting over 6,000 to 8,000 steps, you're probably better off. You're not sedentary at that point. I'm gonna tell you that. And if you're doing like strength training at least 2 times a week, like And then you think of all the other stuff you're doing, like you're chasing around toddlers, like, you know, if you're doing anything else, you're doing stuff.
You
Yeah.
probably
That are
know.
like two different directions. Yeah, you're active if I had to say. What?
Do you have?
I have 3 boys.
Yeah.
And there was like a time where they were all under the age of 6. And I was like, what did I do? Why did I do this? It gets better, but there was like a hot moment there where I was like, wow. And I will say I was much more fit then, strictly from like, I do the same amount of movement now, but I was much more fit then because of all the running around I was doing constantly outside of my normal workout routine.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to have another baby to get fit.
So I've heard that walking, you actually lose more fat than running. Do you guys know anything about that?
Yeah. So walking is more like a steady state, which is very helpful for fat burn. And the thing with women specifically, so our bodies adapt really easily to cardio. So if you go run a mile today and you burn 200 calories, if you continue to run that mile, 2 weeks from now, you're going to start burning 100 calories to do it. Those are just arbitrary numbers. So it's not very strategic. And with women specifically, in order to get a lot of the like cardio benefits, you actually have to do very high intensity, short burst, high intensity. So if you're trying to be strategic about it, I'd say walking. You're going to burn much more calories and you're going to get those adaptations that you want. Not that you can't do cardio, but I would say walking and strength training for fat loss is like where it's at. The like going to Orange Theory or like going and running 3 miles a day every day is like not the most strategic thing. Even though it looks good and you feel good and you're like, oh, I did so much, I exerted so much energy, I feel so good. It's not that strategic, but you can do it if you want to. I wouldn't use it for fat loss.
Okay. See, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to use it as fat loss. I was running 3 miles, 3 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, even like just like talking to Baylee more and focusing more on protein and then us walking, like I've already felt a difference. I feel like way faster than when I was calorie deficit and running 3 miles every 3 days.
Yes. And then you have to think like in terms of stressing your body out, and not all stress is bad because workout is a stressor, but when you are overdoing the cardio, under eating, and then chasing around toddlers for the rest of the day, you're just in this like fight or flight state all the time. It's really hard.
That's how it was. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. I like walking. I feel like it's very underrated.
Yeah, I actually really like it.
Yeah. And especially because you're like increasing the intensity. You're like rucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I guess a question for you, because we have a lot of people that work with us where we're like, you need to eat a little bit more. Like walking is great. You don't have to force yourself to run if you don't want to, like all these different things that we've talked about.
Mm-hmm.
People are very resistant to do it because I think, yeah, it's scary. It's not the norm. What do you feel like was the biggest thing where you're just like, okay, I'm just going to listen and do it?
Oh God. Were
we just like, I'm just going to listen and do it?
Yeah, I think I was like, okay, well, I obviously trusted you, but I think just everything else I tried before was not working as well as I wanted it to. And it was stressful. Yeah. It was like, I dreaded mealtime. I mean, really dreaded the gym kind of, because I was like, well, today I have to run 3 miles. So.
Right. And I do not want to go do that. Yeah.
So it doesn't sound fun. Walking, I actually look forward to walking at the end of the night with her. And I really don't care if we do 2 miles, 3 miles or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, mealtime is way easier. I feel like it's less stressful. I mean, yes, you still have to like figure out good whole meals and you still have to like cook a little bit more, I would say, rather than, you know, going to get freezer meals or something. But I feel like it is a lot easier than what I was doing before. So I feel like that's why it was kind of easy for me, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Not easy, but.
Have you noticed a difference? Like, I mean, I know you said you feel better, but like, have you noticed any physical differences yet? Like body composition?
I did. Like it was like a week ago when we were walking or something. I was like, I didn't say anything to you, but I was thinking in my head, I was like, I think this is actually working.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even kidding. I was like, I don't understand how it's working, but it did come in my mind when I was walking with her, like last week, the other day. I was like, wow. And yeah, it was physical. Like I felt like my stomach felt better for me and stuff like that. It wasn't just like how I felt, but
I feel like the weighted vest, the rucking, it actually is making a big difference too. Like I feel like it's helped a lot with just kind of like fat loss sort of thing.
yeah,
I've noticed a difference since I started using it.
I feel like you feel more like burn in the
Yeah.
walk too. Like even like muscles and stuff.
It like
so-
works your butt, I swear.
Yeah.
Like my butt is sore after I ruck.
Mm-hmm.
That especially if you're pushing anything. I don't know if you're pushing strollers.
Oh my gosh, we did.
Yeah.
That is so underrated. Pushing strollers and having weight on you. That is a good butt
Me
workout.
trying to talk. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, like
And
Yeah.
we don't have big hills in the subdivision, but we have like
We
slants
do,
and
yeah.
they feel really big when you
We have slants, Louise. But yeah, you'll feel it. Your calves.
all adds up whenever you're pushing. Yeah.
And Aubrey has a big stroller and 2 kids. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then that's a ton of weight right there. Oh yeah.
It is.
Other questions you have for us?
Let's see. I think I've really asked like almost all of them. And I asked like more that just came up. Let's see. I mean, okay, do I need to cut out any foods rather than, just a lot of sugar, right?
I would say added sugars is a good thing to reduce. I wouldn't ever cut out anything specific unless you're like allergic to it or you don't like it. Then I don't think you necessarily need to cut out something.
Okay.
Because anytime where you're like, don't eat this, then we're gonna tend to want it more. Like if I told you could never have a Dr. Pepper again, you're gonna want more Dr. Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
100%. So knowing like I can have anything that I want, I'm just going to do choices on how I want to feel.
Yeah. The reasons why it's easier too is because it's not like I cannot have any carbs or
Yeah.
I cannot have
Yeah.
fat because that's too many calories. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah, it takes away that like restrictive mindset, I think. So I wouldn't say there's anything to necessarily completely cut out. Now, things to reduce, I would say added sugars, refined carbs, like your white breads, white pastas. Those would be ones, or anything made with like a white flour. Those would be ones to reduce. Or like your seed oils, so
I was gonna say
soybean,
oil.
canola, vegetable oil. Those are ones to reduce, but you don't have to necessarily avoid. Number one, that would be a headache to try and avoid them. Number
yeah,
two,
it would be impossible.
I mean, having a little bit is not necessarily a bad thing. They're going to provide omega-6s,
Mhm.
but it's when we get an overabundance of those oils. So as you naturally switch to more whole foods anyways, and you're looking at different products at the store, they naturally decline. So that
Yeah.
helps too.
I mean, the only time I use oil is like cooking.
Yeah.
And
so
I
just
use
olive
avocado
oil. Yep. Or an
oil.
avocado.
Because
Yeah.
that's the only oil
Mhm.
that I use is avocado.
The only other one I would add is like eating a ton of fast food, just because you're always going to have a ton of excess fat, excess sugar, you're going to have trans
You
fat.
know what's all in the food. I feel like it's like impossible to track what you're eating.
It is, and it's always wrong because they're not making it. It's not like portion control. They're not like measuring everything out. They're just not. And that's, one reason why it tastes so good. But you're also getting some trans fats, which is the fats that we know are like the big no. You're getting them in fast food. So it's like, okay, not saying you're never going to go through a fast food restaurant ever again, but okay, I'm going to be like really moderate about it. I'm not going to be doing it all the time. I would say if you did that, like fast food, added sugar, and the highly refined carbs, if you just focused on eating less of those, not even cutting them out, but less, you're like way better off than like 90% of Americans.
Yeah. That's literally what I've been doing and I feel better. And like I said, when I was doing the calorie deficit, I was still eating fast food. I was just trying to stay under eat, like you said.
Oh yeah.
Like if I don't have breakfast and I can have lunch,
Then I can
a good lunch. Fast food.
And you have to think about yourself and how you work, and that's literally how the majority of people work. Like the goal isn't to be like, how can I cheat on this and still do it? It's just like, okay, what's going to be sustainable for me? Because I can't be thinking about this all the time, know?
Yeah.
But that's everyone. Like every single diet you can think of, I always have people who are like, I found a way around it. Weight Watchers is the number one. I am telling you, man, there's whole blogs on how to cheat Weight Watchers.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
How to have like a 0-point day. You're
yeah.
eating so much random shit. And I'm like, okay, do we think we want a different?
Yeah.
So much stress.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like this is a lot. You guys, they're like, some of the blogs you have to pay for. I'm like, wow, you guys, this is intense. Do we see that we need to find something more sustainable? And you know what? Some people are like, I love it and cool. But as humans, we're always going to try to cheat it. And it's like, yeah, if I just don't eat all day, I
Yeah.
could have this.
And that's
Okay.
what I started talking to Baylee, and she was like telling me that I need to eat more. I was like, what?
What are you talking about? I'm trying to lose weight. Why would I?
Okay. And I actually was scared at first. Like, I'm not even
Okay,
kidding.
everyone
I was
is.
like, okay, but I mean, I get to eat more. So this
I
is
have people like look at me like I'm crazy. They're like, how do I lose weight? I'm like, you need to eat more. And they're like, I think I need to go get a different dietitian because she's not listening to me. I'm like, I promise you. I promise you. Yeah.
no,
Well,
but
I'm
yeah,
glad you're feeling better.
ever like before talking to Baylee, I never knew that would be the answer.
Mhm.
It's crazy that it was just not easy, but just
It feels good.
yeah.
Feels good, yeah. And I think that's what makes it easier because when you feel good focusing on something, it's like,
Mhm.
oh, it's a lot easier to focus on it. Where when you have to count like every single calorie,
Yeah.
not only is that stressful, but you also feel like shit. And
Yes.
so why would you want to keep doing something that you don't feel good doing?
Yeah.
I think that's what makes it easier, maybe.
And
Yeah.
Whole Foods are good.
Yeah.
They are.
They are good, right? I'm like, they're so good.
I know.
Mhm.
Make a
So-
little like meat casserole thing with
Yes.
vegetables and meat.
Oh
And
yeah.
I like that. I
Mhm.
think it's good.
I made her a smoothie one day. Did I
Yes.
ever tell you what was in it?
Yeah, you didn't
Okay.
though, because I don't like Greek yogurt.
So I wouldn't tell her what was in it until
Yeah.
after she drank it.
It was good.
But there was cauliflower in it and Greek yogurt, and she ate it.
And she liked it.
And I need to make veggie smoothies for my kids. I just need to like do it.
That's the next meal prep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not even kidding you, because they will not touch vegetables. And I gave them vegetables from the beginning. They loved them. And then somehow they just knew that they were vegetables. I
like,
how.
Yeah. Okay. Pickles.
Yeah. And he loves salad. So that's good. But I mean, it's like, it depends on the day. Because sometimes he's like, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whole jar of salsa.
Yes, he will. Like actually.
Okay. These are like very specific things.
I know.
Pickles, salsa, salad.
They're not actual pickles. They're zucchini.
Yeah,
Like
we
air
just
fryer zucchini. And he
said they were pickles.
he thought they were pickles. So we just went with it.
Man, whatever you want to call them.
I tried making carrots the other day and I steamed them and steam roasted them, I guess, and put honey on it. And I was like, look, I put candy on it. It didn't work.
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
But it was
No.
good for me.
Girl, I'm loving my candy.
Yeah.
More for me.
I got them into, you know how like I think Costco has them too, but it's like the rainbow carrots. They
Oh,
have them
yeah.
at-
I love those.
That's
Yeah,
what I got them into.
Yeah. I was
They're
like, that actually sounds good.
Mhm.
And then I tried it. They were yummy.
Yep. So we
Yeah.
roast those a lot.
Yeah.
We also do
Okay.
dinners together
Yeah.
at least once a week.
I love it.
Here.
This is good. You guys are making me want to like talk to my neighbors more.
Yeah, I know, right? We have like literally the best neighbors. It's so weird.
That's my neighbors who I want to hang out with.
We're gonna do shopping with me, and then we're gonna do dinner, and then we're gonna meal prep, and then
And then go on
I'm
a
just gonna like have a sign when I walk outside, like walking partner, like one walking partner. They-
have no boundaries.
yeah, but yeah, exactly. I'm like, we need to do interviews. We need to make sure.
So honestly, it all happened because the guy that lives next to me, he cut our Wi-Fi when he moved in on accident. And so we had to go out there and we were kind of annoyed. It
Yeah.
turned out this really nice guy, and that brought over Aubrey and TJ, and then that
Because I
brought
was
over
like,
Courtney
they're having
and
a party
Holly.
without me.
Y'all, oh hi, what's going on?
Well, really, no, is actually my fiance. He is a very nosy person and he like loves talking to people. I'm actually quite the opposite. I would probably not have came out, but he does.
That's
And
how it is.
like, come on, we gotta go talk to our neighbors. I was like, okay.
Okay.
Them. So I'm so happy I did.
I love that. Yeah, me too. I'm like that. Victor's
Yeah.
like, let's go chat with our neighbors. I'm like, I don't know. They don't look cool.
Yeah, no, TJ saw that
I'm
they
sure I have cool ones, but you know.
No, I think I gotta like go see if our deep freezer is working.
Yeah, I
Thing. Yeah.
this is like so random, but my very next door neighbor, me and her are very alike. Like we both kind of like avoid people. And one time, I remember I was like sick. I got DoorDash for the kids and it said it was delivered, but it wasn't on my door. So like I went to open my door and she was like coming around the corner, like trying to drop it off and like sneak away. And we were like we look like two deer in heads. Like she's like, I think it came to the wrong house. I was like, oh, thank you. I'm like, that was like it. But like we're friends on Facebook and we like each other's stuff on Facebook and comment, but like in person, we're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah,
like,
that's how my mom still is. So I feel like that's kind of why I am a little bit, I mean, I'm more outgoing than she is, but
yeah,
I am.
right.
But overall, it does help to have like an accountability partner next
Yeah.
door that goes grocery shopping, that does dinners with you, that meal plans and meal preps and walks.
And that actually knows stuff about stuff. Cause I'm like,
No.
cause since I didn't know, like it was stressful for me. So like, I just didn't want to deal with it. You know what I mean?
And that's exactly what happens is people get so stressed out. There's so many answers
Yeah.
when you Google it
Yeah.
that people just get like an F in mode because we
Mm.
get stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's overwhelming. Everything is good for you and bad for you at the same time.
Yes.
It's like,
And then I talked to her and I was like, no, there's actually a good way of eating.
Yeah.
So
you're like,
I feel
tell
like
me
a lot of
more.
So you've asked me, I'm always like, well, it kind of depends.
yeah.
Depends. It depends. I know it's our favorite thing to say.
Questions you had for us. Did you get them all answered?
You did answer all my questions. You guys both did.
Yay.
too.
I know this was fun.
We like talking about this stuff, obviously.
Yeah. And I do too. So that's why I was like, I think this was meant to be
Yes.
that my neighbor's a dietitian.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Have in your back pocket. I like it.
It's funny because I moved here like doing the calorie deficit. And so it's helped me a lot.
It's like a full circle moment.
Mm-hmm.
Not all heroes wear capes. You know what I mean?
It
Some of us
happening,
wear
like,
weighted
it
vests.
just happened slowly. And I was like, oh, wow, this is,
Look at that.
yeah.
Look
Working.
at this. I'm not so angry anymore. This is good. Oh.
TJ loves it. TJ's
She's like, this is awesome. Keep
Yeah.
going with Baylee. Keep hanging out with Baylee.
you know, because I never was like, well, I don't want to go eat. Like, I don't want to go do that. Then I'm just gonna be sad. Like, I
It's
don't
not fun. It like takes the joy out of it. It's like, I'm not gonna go there. Like, I can't get anything I want to get. So
Now we get chicken sandwiches.
yeah. And we had a Cajun one. Oh my god, it was so good.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
There's a
Chicken
restaurant
sandwich.
in town that we go to, Cajun chicken sandwiches with bell peppers and onions. So good.
Sounds so good. I love a good chicken sandwich.
I do too. And I usually would always get a crispy chicken sandwich, but that very yummy.
I like it. Awesome. This has been fun.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you everyone for turning. It's a
Turn
late
it on.
episode for us. We should have just had martinis.
I know. It is late. Look at us. We're like,
This is way past my blue light time.
oh yeah.
I didn't even wear my glasses.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'll fall asleep just fine.
You're like, I have almost a 1-year-old. I will be falling asleep.
That's so crazy.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Less than a month.
Yeah, because he's June.
Yeah, June 22nd.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you everyone for tuning in to this week's episode. We will be back next week with a brand new episode. Let us know if you like this style, if you enjoyed it. If not, Aubrey's kicked off forever. But hopefully, maybe we'll bring her back.
Exactly.
Be better next time.
Have a good week, everyone, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.